Hi, I'm Debbie and welcome to Divine Destiny with Debbie. I'm reading today for May 19th through the 25th, and I want you to remember these are general readings. They may or may not resonate, so take what you like, leave the rest. I am an intuitive channeler. I open myself to higher power, Lord Jesus, Mother God, Holy Spirit, and ask whatever needs to come through comes through for the good. Anyway, what else did I want to tell you? Oh, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all the decks that I am using today with Reiki energy. Again, take what you like, leave the rest. Let's see what decks I am using today, and this is the overview, so I'll come to that towards the end. But the decks for the main readings or the astro videos are going to be this. Okay, so I am going to be using my Radleigh Valentine Angel Tarot cards, my John Holland Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. I will be using our Doreen Virtue, Grant Virtue, Angels of Abundance. We're going to do a little bit different with the crystals. I have used this before, but it's Eternal Crystal Oracle cards, Jade Sky. And let's see, we're also going to be doing our Moonology Oracle cards because we do have a full moon. And that's Yasmin Boland, artwork by Nyx Rowan. Now, the ones I'm going to be doing for this, the overview, again, Radleigh Valentine, I will be doing the Angel Wisdom Tarot, and I'm going to pull out, instead of my fairy tarot cards, I'm going to pull out the Osha Zen Tarot. Again, I have prayed, I have meditated, I have infused all the decks, again, Reiki energy. I've also infused them with some Karuna Kai energy, Reiki energy. So let's see where we're going with everything. Now, I do like to tell you a little bit of what's going on what's going on in the skies. So let's do this. I am going to go to that one website that I do like. We got to flip it though, flip it again. And we are entering into, the thing that we need to know is that on the 20th, and actually it'll be the 20th at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we will be transitioning into Gemini, but we still are in that Taurus energy. So the sun will be in Gemini May 20th. We do have a full moon Sagittarius. In Sagittarius, remember, that is the adventurer, that is the archer, that is the one looking for new adventures on May 23rd. And if we go back here, the moon will be at 9:52 a.m. on the 23rd. So, interesting with that. We have Venus going into Gemini, and that'll be on the 23rd through the 17th. We have Jupiter in Gemini transitioning from Taurus into Gemini, like I said, May 25th through June of 2025. And when this happens, when it's towards the end of May, June, I think that's when Uranus goes into Gemini. So interesting changes with that also. Mercury will be going into Gemini on the 3rd of June. Mars into Gemini on the 20th. Now, again, this is the website, the-astrologer.net. He has a little bit of his own spin on things. We do have Pluto in Aquarius, except it says from now until forever. So, assessment zone for Gemini until September. What's good? Recognizing truthfully, understanding truthfully, and living in your own truth, because Gemini is an air sign, and air signs are, intellectual. It is about thought processes, thinking things through, making some plans, and also hearing some news. So he's saying that May, June will be bigger than big. Now, we have these trining, the trining with Pluto. 5 planets in the air will trine with Pluto in Aquarius. So we have air sign with Gemini, we have air sign with Aquarius, we have the I want to say, like, the Dark Lord, Pluto, Hades, the leader, the ruler of the underground in Aquarius. So interesting things are always happening with that. Pluto is retrograde right now. The thing that I wanted to run to, so we have some trining here. Well, let's see if I can get to where I need to go. Okay, this was bigger than big, is created by lucky Jupiter. It is the turn of big luck for Gemini air energies. Now, I do have one of my signs, one of my planets, Venus, that is in Gemini. Jupiter transitions into a new sign once every 12 years. So now it is Gemini's time. So the last time, so here we go. Let's go into the last time Jupiter was in Gemini was May 20, 2012. Now, we can learn about what's going to go in the future by looking at the past. I've talked about, Pluto in Aquarius back in, 1777, that was very revolutionary days, not just physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Now, so then we can look back. So how you can go forward is by looking back. Learn from your history. And when I was looking at these years and dates, May 12th, I had a new job May 12th. I really liked that job. I liked it for a couple of years. Then on June 2000, I was still with the same company, but I got a new job again, and I liked that job, at least in the beginning. And then we go to May 1988 to July 1989. And so again, I was thinking May 5th, actually, 1989, I got a new job that I stayed with for about 12 years. Not the same position per se, I transitioned. So there is things that happen with this. So now Jupiter in Gemini, May 25th. So, there was more money with these jobs. There was more stability with these jobs. I was more interested with these jobs also. So always look back. Where were you? What was going on? Now, some of you weren't even born, but if you were born, and remember, I'm in my latter 60s. If you were born at any of these dates, look and see what was going on. What good fortune did you have during these dates? Okay, so May 20th, we talk about how Taurus is sextiling with Neptune, and he's got some interesting stuff with Neptune here. Neptune is going to be 29 degrees in Pisces for a while. It is, Neptune will go direct, it will go retro, and then it'll go direct. So it's going to stay a little bit longer into Pisces, but this is towards the end of its reign. Now, he's writing down that Pisces creates psychic visions of the future. And Neptune, like I said, is close to Neptune in Aries fire. So you'll be given visions of the bright new future. And again, I didn't tell you this one because I like to cite my sources. Horoscopes.astro-seek.com. And it is, if you want to know what your chart is all about, you can go there, and then here they will tell you, free horoscopes, birth natal chart online. So it is an interesting one, and it's pretty good information with that. So back to here. So on the 22nd, again, so we have the Gemini on the 20th. Remember, the 20th is also, numbers are very, very important. The 20th in the tarot card is about judgment. It is about renewal, depending on where and what you're watching. It is all about reviewing and just kind of seeing, where am I? Where did I go? Oh, and they're saying it ignites Mars in Aries. So, remember, Mars is Aries. Aries is Mars. Fire energy, maybe a little bit of that warrior energy at the same time. And again, on the 22nd, now we have a 2. So we have 2-2 here. Remember, 2-2 is choices, decisions, crossroads, coming together, partnering. So we have, the judgment, the renewal on the 20th. We have this partnering, but 2 + 2 is a 4, which brings about stability and organization. But many times over, in order to be organized, things have to almost implode in order to rebuild, okay? So we have the 23rd, the full moon, 2 degrees again in Sagittarius. Now 2 is also the high priestess, which is all about intuition, which is all about hearing the voice of God, connecting with whoever your higher power is. I only tell you my beliefs so that you can use my language to, figure out or translate to your own language. You don't have to believe how I believe. So we also have, two again, high priestess. The third is the empress also. The empress is the one that wants to provide. Sagittarius is the adventurer, but also with the archer. So has a hunting energy with that too. So we've got all these 2 degrees going on here. Partnering with Pluto. Remember Pluto, the underground. Aquarius, again, that air energy. Aquarius, is all about social, Pluto in Aquarius is also always about social, physical, spiritual reformation. We've got the sun in Gemini. Gemini, remember, has those 2 twins. Has the twins. The twins that sometimes get along, sometimes pulls you in different directions. So we have this archer, we have this adventurer being pulled into different directions. Again, sextiling with Mars. Now here we go. The full moon, again, is squaring now. And so there's the pressure. The pressure, the pressure creates the diamond. The irritating piece of sand becomes the pearl. So Saturn and Neptune in Pisces. Saturn is about rules, regulations, not necessarily comfortable in Pisces. Pisces is the dreamer, is the one that, focuses on what needs, what would we want out there. Neptune in Pisces. Neptune, very comfortable in Pisces. Again, the dreamer, making dreams come true, pulling up the darker or the deeper visions, bringing them to the surface. Now, I'm also saying Pisces is a great manifester too. So we have Venus entering Gemini. Venus loves to be in Gemini to some extent, but, it just came from its home in Taurus. Taurus, this is the one. Don't frustrate Venus when they're in Gemini. Venus, when in Gemini, gets very bored very, very quickly. And then we talked about Jupiter entering Gemini. Again, where were you or what was going on any of those years? So we have a lot of interesting things, of course, going on. Was there something else I wanted to tell you? We have more. If you don't talk, you won't succeed. And Gemini is about communications with relationships. So basically, if you aren't friendly, your life will be sad and lonely. If you can't be bothered talking, you just won't feel, you just won't feel the life. You won't get the message. Okay. So interesting things as we always go forward. Now we also have, let me kind of get out of here. We also have the 19th, and the 19th is the sun. It is the tarot, the major arcana, which is the sun, and the sun is wonderful energy. If you go into Simpsons, there's so many things that go on. Simpsons on the 19th, big revelations are supposed to be happening during this on the 19th at the same time. The sun, 1-9, 9 is completion. Let's wrap it up. You've got everything you need. You have the 1, new beginning. 1 + 9 is a 10, transition. And then 1 + 0, 0 is God's source energy. Comes back to that 1, and it becomes that new beginning. 2, 5, again, 5 is about change. 2, crossroads. Which way do you go? Where is the change? 2 + 5 is a 7. And then we go to the divine protection. Even if we don't like the journey, there is a protection over us. And we just had over the weekend, well, actually the last 5 days, I'm doing this on a Monday. In my area, we had, horrible storms, devastating tornadoes. Thank you for the people reaching out. We are fine and we are blessed by being fine, but many people weren't. It's just, things do happen like this. We also had the geomagnetic storms over the weekend where a lot of people were able to, if you used your phone and looked through the phone, the aurora borealis or, however you want to see it, the magic lights. So a lot of things are moving forward. So now let's go on. We're going to use remember, full moon. Look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. Now that kind of reminds me, especially in these cards, Radley Valentine's cards, the King of Fire. Don't focus on the minutia. And thank you everyone. Thank you everyone who DM'd me to see if we were okay, and also thank you everyone who wished me a happy Mother's Day. So thank you all for that. It made me smile. You make me smile. Anyway, let's see what we have. So we are still in Taurus season on this 19th, but we're about to transition. We're about to transition. So higher power, Holy Spirit, what is it that you would like to tell everyone out there? What's going on for this week? We keep moving into transitioning times. When I've been doing my own private, readings for myself, I've been getting, oh my goodness, renewal. Well, not the renewal from the judgment. I've been getting, the major arcana, the 13. And, that could be the death card. That could be transformation in different decks. And so it's kind of like, when I've been seeing these, it's like the end of an era, end of a chapter, and the beginning of something new. Now, it doesn't mean that it's going to be an easy transition, but it will be worthwhile. So remember, change and transitions don't have to be easy. Okay, we got a bunch of cards that just fell. So let's see what we have going on here. And then we also have this card here. So let's see, the first card is the World. This is the World. The World, 21, Jophiel. Jophiel has a very loving and wonderful energy, very creative energy at the same time. The World says something is finishing, something is coming to an end. You've done a great job. The World is the goal of the Fool in the major arcana. It's such an interesting story if you look at it that way, and comes to this end where there has been a lot of learning, a lot of uncovering, a lot of assimilating, a lot of feeling like I got it. For this moment, I get it. Now, will that last forever? No. But the World is basically, it's a completion card. It says you've done what you need to do. Now you can either rest for a little bit where you're at, or you can get ready to start again and start at that Fool level. So we have a brilliant success, a time of joyful accomplishment and spiritual enlightenment. Freedom, and that's that Pluto in Aquarius, freedom to do whatever you want. Be proud of yourself. Again, we have the 21, 2, again, crossroads choices, 1, new beginning. 3, that Empress energy. Next card is now, we have this is reversed, so we have a 21 and we have a 12. So we have a 1, 2, 2, 1. Now this is being connected with Shamuel. Awakening is the Hanged Man energy. It's seeing things from a different perspective. Not the way it's not the same old, same old. You need to open your eyes, or the World is opening the eyes. Remember, this is more of over what is going on in the world. The world needs to open her eyes. The people of the earth need to open their eyes to see what is being shown, to see what is being, presented. The awakening, the Hanged Man, it always presents a new perspective, a new paradigm. A temporary pause for reflection and insight. An awakening where you see things in a whole new light. Embrace your own uniqueness, charitable actions. Next card is reversed. Well, I love this one. This is the 6 of air, also known as the 6 of swords. 6 is the number of man. It's the energies you put into something. Air energy is our Aquarius, our Gemini, our Libra. Thought processes, thinking things through, making plans. So this is, so we have, and it's also with Gabriel. It's also connected to the wheel of fortune, or the wheel, and in the major arcana, meaning things are going to be moving forward. Now, just because these are very, very positive, good energies, but it doesn't mean that things are going to be totally easy, because you look, he is, I don't want to say rowing, he's using the stick to move his boat. And that's still a hard job. You still have to do the work, but you are moving in the world is moving in the right direction. So it is the end of challenging times. Things are looking up. A welcome relief, finding your way to a peaceful place, the end of depression or an illness, travel or relocation. And there are things working on, things changing in this Gemini season. Next card is reversed. Well, now we have the double sixes again, 6, 6. And if you think about it, so we have 2, 1, 1, 2. We have 6 plus 6 is 1, 2 also. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 2. So this is earth energy. And this is with Jeremiah. This is with connects with the renewal or the judgment card. Earth energy is our Taurus, our Virgo, our Capricorn energy, money, job, career. It is about our home. So this is all about unexpected money coming in. This is like maybe something that you invested in. And again, I'm not a financial counselor. I'm not a legal, don't take this for anything like that, but maybe something you've put aside for a rainy day now comes up. Something that you might have figured out, maybe I'm going to look in this, it now comes up. So you see, she's in a wheelchair, so she's either been injured or has a disability, and yet people are coming to her, and she is giving, and you can look, she is giving joyfully also. So this has unexpected blessings. This has unexpected money blessings, okay? The good you do comes back to you. An unexpected inflow of abundance, borrowing wisely or paying off a debt, sharing your wealth with others less fortunate. So really good energy here, good money energy. It's still not going to be an easy transition, but life isn't easy. And many of us were called to this time because we were working with this transition. We were working with this ascension energy. So let's see. My Osha Zen Tarot cards. Let's see what we have here. So we have a lot of that 2, 1, 1, 2, 6, 6, which also, equals 1, 2. So new perspective. Look at your blessings. Attitude of gratitude. Remember full moon. What did I say? That was the 23rd. So, 3 days before, 3 days after. And, release, relinquish, request, release what doesn't serve you anymore. Relinquish what you don't need anymore, and request, because it's okay to request. But I have been talking to, when people talk about sending it to the universe, you figure out who that is for you, but use a name, because I always look at when people say sending it to the universe, I do a little cringing with that, because, if you want to say I'm sending it to the light, I'm sending it to God, I'm sending it to my spirit guides, use a name. I always look at it like an email. And if you've ever been in corporate and you've done a to all, you don't know who's going to pick up that email, okay? You don't know who's going to answer that email. So be discerning in who and what you send out, okay? All right, so let's see, higher power, Holy Spirit, what is it that you have? What is it that you want to say for this week? What is it for this week? Silence. So now we have a 17. So 17, 1, transitional energy. 1 is new beginning. 10 is transitional energy. 7 is a divine, umbrella. So, something's moving on. We're going to be protected through this time. Now, 17 is also in the tarot card, the star, the hope card. But this basically says, wait, be silent. Still, even though she is being silent, I still feel like she is still connecting with higher power. She is still connecting with whoever that is for her. But this is a time for, even though there's still going to be a little bit of a struggle, you're going in the right direction, but maybe for this time, take some moments each day for meditation. Take some moments where you silence your body. Sometimes we just can't silence our minds, but just sit silent, sit for a little bit, maybe 5 minutes, maybe kind of, get a candle. Again, you might want to get an electric candle because if you fall asleep, not responsible if you're going to burn anything down, but you might get a light. You might get, a rock, something like that, a crystal, and spend 5 minutes just kind of gazing at it. And then spend 5 minutes with your eyes closed and just let the thoughts come. But, this might be a good week for silence. Okay. So it's an interesting time as always. And again, when I'm talking about, changes in astrology, changes in where the planets are, always go back and see, the major planets, I shouldn't say the major, the slower moving planets, Jupiter, Neptune, Uranus, Pluto. Go back and see, what was I doing when they were here last? Okay? Okay. I will be getting out my other videos, hopefully today. So just take a watch, keep an eye out, watch for them. Anyway, remember, full moon, interesting stuff at that time too. Remember to like, share, subscribe, click on the bell for notifications. We always have to say these things, anybody that you watch, because it helps. It's a little thing that you can do, but it gives a big help to me. Okay? Okay. Always remember, most importantly, that you are loved. Stay shining and be blessed. Bye-bye.